Hello everyone, here is your teacher Neha, and today welcome back to my channel after a long time. So today I am going to explain a Markovnikov's rule. First I would say that what a Markovnikov's rule is, or who was Markovnikov. He was a Russian chemist and he studied a large number of such addition reaction. Okay, number of addition reaction he studied and postulated an empirical rule in 1869. In 1869, he postulated a rule which is known after his name as Markovnikov's rule. The rule states that the addition of unsymmetrical reagents like HX, H2O, HOX, etc. to unsymmetrical alkenes. Unsymmetrical alkenes means the alkenes which are connected to, which are having double bond, but the chain is unsymmetrical at both sides of the double bond. They are unsymmetrical. Okay, so the addition of this type of reagent, unsymmetrical reagents to unsymmetrical alkenes, it occurs in such a way that the negative part of the addendum means the negative part, the reagent must have a positive or negative part. Suppose this one is partially negative, this one is partially positive, and the bond cleaves. When the bond cleaves, the negative part will go to that carbon atom which is having less number of hydrogen atom. Okay, less number of hydrogen atom depending on the type of group it has. Okay, so the number of hydrogen may be different. Suppose all the R here are hydrogen, then what will happen? It will CH3. Okay, here it is HH. Okay, suppose these R's are hydrogen, or this is R, right? And this R. So the negative part will go to that carbon atom which is containing less number of carbon atom. That means it will go to this less number of hydrogen atom. This carbon is having 1, this is 0. So the negative part will go to this. Okay, so once again I repeat the postulate that the Markovnikov's rule states that the addition of unsymmetrical reagents such as HX, H2O, HOX, etc. to unsymmetrical alkenes occurs in such a way that the negative part of the addendum or the adding molecule goes to the carbon atom of the double bond which carries lesser number of hydrogen atoms. Okay, so example. Suppose we have a molecule CH3, C double bond CH2. Okay, this is an alkene. Okay, now when treated with reagent, this HCl is also unsymmetrical, this is also unsymmetrical alkene. Okay, so the negative part will go to the carbon atom that contain less number of hydrogen atom. Okay, so what will happen? What will be the product form according to Markovnikov's addition? CH3, CH3, it is present here only. There was a double bond out of which one will break and the negative part will come here, that means HCl, and the positive part to the other carbon, that means CH2 is here and it will become one more hydrogen will get attached to there and it will become CH3. Understood? So this is how Markovnikov's addition occur. So we can write here Markovnikov's way of addition. Okay, let us see the explanation of this rule or the mechanism by which this addition occurs. Now, the addition of halogen halides to alkene is an electrophilic addition reaction. What it is? Electrophilic. Electrophilic addition reaction. That means what? The attack is done by electrophile. If we are taking HBr, suppose HBr we are taking, so one is negative part, one is positive part. Okay, after the cleavage of this bond, H plus and Br minus is formed. and out of these, this is the electrophile, this is the nucleophile. So Markovnikov's rule, Markovnikov's addition is an electrophilic addition reaction. That means positive part is the attacking reagent, attacking part. Attacking part or attacking species. Okay. Now, during the addition of HBr to propene, suppose we are taking propene, CH3, CH double bond, CH2. Okay, the first step involves the addition of proton. Here it is the electrophile and this is the addition of proton. The first step, addition of proton. So there is two possibilities. The proton can be added, attack on this carbon of the double bond, or it can attack on this carbon of the double bond, right? So let us see what happens if it attacks on carbon number 1. Attack of H plus. Carbon number 1, C1, attack on C1, and we will see here attack on C2. If it attack on C2 occurs and if an attack on C1 occurs. Okay, so attack on C1, what will happen? C1, since it is an electrophile, it needs electron, it loves electron, this double bond will move to here. Okay, so what will we get? CH3, CH, single bond, CH3, proton added. Okay, but since the electron movement is there, this carbon becomes positively charged. A carbocation intermediate is formed and it is a secondary carbocation. This process is a slow step. Formation of this intermediate is very slow. Electron movement and then addition of the proton is slow step. If, let us see another possibility. Okay, first they complete this. Let us complete this. Okay, addition of proton has occurred. Now positive charge on this carbon. So to nullify this positive charge, Br minus is also there. HBr, Br minus is also present. Br minus is also present. So Br minus get attached to this. So we will get CH3, CH, Br, and then CH3. Okay, so 2-bromopropane is formed if attack occurs on C1 carbon. Okay, but what if the attack occurs on C2 carbon, carbon number 2? Then what will happen? Again, this process step is slow. This is a fast step. Addition of nucleophile is fast step. Okay, so if C2 carbon is attacked by proton, then CH3 electron will move to this carbon and CH2 will form, and this carbon, terminal carbon, will acquire a positive charge. Right? Now Br minus will come and get attached to this carbon, CH2, CH2, Br. 1-bromopropane. This is 2-bromopropane, and this is 1-bromopropane. Alright, so this is the possibility of two types of products. Now see here, the carbocation formed in this step is a secondary carbocation, and if this is formed, this is a primary carbocation, 1-degree carbocation. Okay, this is a primary carbocation and this is a secondary carbocation, and we know that secondary carbocation is more stable. This is more stable, and first 1-degree carbocation is less stable. Okay, so the pathway which gives a stable intermediate, the pathway that will give a stable intermediate will follow favorably. Okay, so this product 2-bromopropane will be the major product. and one bromopropane will form as minor product. Minor product means it will form in less quantity, and the product which is formed in excess will be 2-bromopropane. Okay, so this is the mechanism, and we can just conclude that Markovnikov's addition occurs through more stable carbocation intermediate. It follows from the formation of carbocation, and it occurs through more stable carbocation intermediate, right? So here you can see that the negative part of the HBr, where it comes to the carbon which is having less number of hydrogen atom. So I think this explains the rule of Markovnikov, or the explanation of this rule. I think you understood. Thank you.